Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. Today is February 9th, 2023. February 9, 2023. You know, Salon people, now we're all saying a recap with a recap. Which you know happened over the past 4-5 years. We sit down, we watch Marabio destroy Sierra Leone economy, destroy the system. People they suffer. You know, human rights violated, political rights violated, civil liberties violated, people's rights taken away from them, freedom of speech no day, right for protest no day. But these were the same people who enjoy all of these benefits under former President Nkrumah. We don't see all that. We get a parliament where sit down and watch this man. The leaders of the opposition within parliament now they like today some man they fed for go align themselves. They say the president want them go work, let them go make peace in the country. For 5 years they sit down and they terrorize citizens them. With people like McKinney, they massacre them, waiting because of generator. The same generator when they go take care of nobody no died. People they protest like Kenema all over southeast. Nobody no died. Nobody no shoot. But people that protest any partner in the north and the northwestern part of the country, Tombo, Losar, any side, when they go make safe for protest, for stand up for their own democratic rights back. The same rights where other people in any other part of the country get. Then they kill them, shoot them. This is what we get for 5 years. We get leaders of the opposition voting for stand up to this government and say enough is enough. For when they remove 10 members of parliament, that's all he left. Now they reach to the point where we say NIN, NACRA number. They want to go put NIN number inside the registration. Go check the civil register, can mix it with the voter register. You know, go mix the two. We talk all length in there. We brother the African Express can explain. It's now put this parliament na the Luma. They want to sell we country. That's what we see. Before that, we get people when they come and talk all kind of nonsense. They don't get foresight. They don't get see the future. They don't see ahead of them. We get a vision and they will come tell you now. All that here will explain to you. So for we now the revision. Because not for Allah no more say, Marabere go. Marabio Pulana, Marabio go. What you for do for let Marabio go? You know for do 257,000 people plus, 250,000 people. That in a one, they named them and deleted from the voter register. These are citizens. Comrade
Ibrahim, when you talk say African Express say no put the business at Luma. We don't put an Luma from last year, and this marketing at Luma until June 24, 2023.
Thank you.
After June 24, people are going to know the business when are the real one from the fake business. We don't Luma now. Because let me tell you something, Ibrahim. Cheap any business we cheap, now in the past quick.
Yeah.
You know, any cost maternity we cheap and the past quick. Anything guarantee expensive. Just like if you go buy food now, another part of the world, they say Samsung, then go see the difference, the price, and then go see the duration. So the always expensive to guarantee, you have to forget. The business is Luma, all money per buy. You want to get sense, then they buy for guarantee. You want to get sense, then they buy for enjoy for today. We still in Luma, Ibrahim, they call this now, within this 605 days, now we're 130 something days. So now they go no more. June 24, nine of the decisive movement. For example, let's say, when we can have this platform, we say we know they can't for joke. We don't come for can bell post, we don't come for can capture anybody, we can't for can say the truth. At least, don't come from that promotion mentality. You know, because the knowledge for full problem, settle for less, we know they settle for less. Whatever foolishness somebody talking about is what the foolishness is. You know, like let me tell you something, Ibrahim, when you listen to something on social media, it will laugh because you can imagine who small in they live. Which can do so the party today. For them to listen to an idiot who go kind of and talk say that this, that, you know, you know, Ibrahim, I know they're for you, or me, I know who they're for giving. All of us who know Solina Luma now, Ibrahim, Luma, we agree. Women can go for first lady, let them see back, let them talk. Anybody can say, no man, it's not man, the weak person in the use, we agree. But see that cash box and that, they nobody that say, we agree. In I may or you call the plan, they can, I mean, they call. Somebody they can call. So if that is business in Luma, I want to know within Luma now. This Luma will open so till June 24 before the Luma close. So within Luma, let them buy. Would I get sense? You go pick what you for buy. Would I not get you go pick what you for buy? See on the time. The Luma they will open a lot of them.
You know, comrade, we talk so. I listen one lady from one audio from one lady. He said that bomb swear with the begin. He said with the swear back with the begin swear. He said social media. He said with the begin swear. He said we don't know the one that win at the better one day. And the one that wake up lucky. He said with the swear that bomb swear they all then go exposed. Well, anyways, but you know some people you know these are the realities. Una one swear, una go swear. Una swear heavy swear. Uda no genuine on social media. Uda no authentic on social media. Una go swear that bomb swear. Una swear to the generation them. Anybody the one that we don't take money from politicians, they when they side with politicians. politicians them. Una swear bomb swear. Let them generation like you said and any partner. Una swear oh. Una swear them bomb swear and they mean and they are una do. Una go to the village, they already cool and then tick them. Una sabi waiting for do. Una swear the bomb swear them. The one day when the social media play when they're not genuine, they don't fight a genuine cause anymore. The cause when they fight now for protect politicians them. They know they come now here for catch up the una swear. And I don't know me go say why this now audio I laugh table and say let me this way.
I say in it like I not say we don't because in as much as it is very, very difficult for we ignore the nonsense, but because of the respect of people when they call, sometimes it is even stressful. People they call you from everywhere. Oh, now stop. Now stop this, please. Now don't listen this. But even though they listen, but now we they come back and say no, now stop. Oh, the feds, yeah, we be. In as much as we've agreed to stop, and it is only for a moment, because if we start back, trust me,
we not agree nothing. We not agree nothing, but we not go no more. We not agree nothing. We not go no more.
No, you and I, we don't agree within ourselves. Say, okay, let's cease, right? Because of the respect of people.
Gashi,
say, oh, I want you.
We don't agree nothing. We want we go no more.
The point now is, right? In as much as we're going to cease, but you see, like when it come with the talk show. I believe, like when it comes to politics now, Salon or Africa in general, like when it comes with the talk show. In fact, I always directly go to the politicians because as far as I'm concerned, I always tell comrades say I do not want to know them. But when it comes to women, they always have to kind of like say, surely, and I tell you, Ibrahim, if like the mayor, like where I don't know if he come into politics, he say he begin a campaign for this running mate team, they will kind of like then they call some back, they say, oh, can go fix man panel. You see, that's the culture in our country. Where women, again, we always talk about say, oh, women say government and all that today. But now they can't think they are the moment something happen, the label a woman for say, oh, now and all that. The point what they make, we go seize Naya Ibrahim, but the problem Naya with this thing, we can't see. And the fact that people where they like what you come and say, Tiwe cheap, now in they sell boku. Because why make Tiwe cheap now in they sell boku? Because of like, middle class they not they. Ibrahim, like even in economics. The reason why, sometimes when most countries and they strive for make like the middle income understand kind of like increase and all that in the day. Because Ibrahim, the moment get people forget to that middle income, like it's in the happen, they will always go for cheap things. And this is what in the happen now with society right now, where like the thing them way cheap, who say they tell them say, hey, APC they go, but how APC they go,
how SLPP
they go, we don't even get the plan. We don't even strategize for how SLPP they go. All we care now for men tell we say SLPP they go because like there is this voice when they say oh then they go, but we they come and talk about how they for go, put plans them how they for go, but no people just feel say oh no we're not going to buy this. This is too expensive. It is too difficult for us to understand.
Let us go back to when the coming.
Who will our from the bank? We will get to jump out in the couch. The salon and get one called fully. Yes, in a thing about the fully smoke. Like we take I did this they get very expensive. So when you go back and get the the things are these are fully so the fully then the anything I don't tell you that this is clarity that's not try to fully which because they don't smoke fully because they tell them because in they call it in expensive. So now so talk safe, let me tell something environment cashbox. Me, I'm very much comfortable with the time what this people don't say. Now, honest to the fact, I'm very much comfortable. We know they settle for less. This fair to the fact for Salon, so we go don't choose with today because to power and I'm going to choose with, I'm going to connect with, I'm going to connect for a reason. And there's not really shake this connection because we don't see, say, this was the opportunity only use for take against people. We better put our cards together and carry each They don't tap all things, they don't do all things, they don't tire. And trust me, Ibrahim, I think the decisive moment, like June 24, people will cut the case.
Absolutely.
Go to the sleep.
Absolutely.
Whether they honest, whether they want help for less and loss of another 5 years, whether they want help for them that will go. Because every person know this from 2 years ago, talk about NI by NCRA, PR system, then deny they can't cost you, just the party when the whole long can to pass. When we begin to talk about the registration, not even the number with the first 2 weeks, we say let us show the figure we register. Nothing. The only thing they can't show is the long control traffic, 7,000 people. We won't begin talking from December last year up till date. Nobody, no talking. Nobody, the leader of the opposition, no one tell me say you don't call it this. Nobody, no, like we can't tell me say that over and everybody for the pass their system, the pass man. Then go tell back. See, they no get chance for do. 257,000 are more than $250,000 and because 250,000 are $250,000 for Israel. 2,000 no add on somebody. Who said they pull them? Now which area? You know, we're not surprised if they go pull them so that they say they not. We're not surprised.
They say listen somebody where say that they swear. You know, Ibrahim, I don't know come with you afraid to swear. Ibrahim, you afraid.
You
see, like honestly, I wish Salon people have since like that una believe since waiting with the talk because it's not supposed to reach that level when I swear una for rely on. It's supposed for see when I don't see the things that will unfold now before now. You know, Ibrahim, you're not even supposed to get to that level where that's where.
Yeah.
But since una didn't see that. Dear Salon people, they could swear. They so swear.
Kaji,
we swear that, but we swear.
Kaji, you know,
God avengers the big.
No, if I come here now, they say, supposed to don't see. They don't even need swear. They don't see the thing that when they unfold before them. Waiting, we don't say. Waiting from Alfred Peter Conte. Where now, in this moment, it's guy for Ben Colin, where for say, oh, in the way where APC get to a stage, where we say Alfred Peter Conte, we expose him plan and all things in the PR system, the NIN number, Ibrahim, like the plans of the APC, we expose all those things. We don't even need swear. But since not swear, that ain't gonna make una believe. Do you have to go fair Bob swear?
You know, Comrade Kashi, I remember there was a video I see of John Jerry Rawlings of Ghana. It was talking about the oracle, them, the shrine. How, people in Africa believe for use their shrine. And they say, some man will say, we go swear, we go take a oath at the shrine. And say, quick, some man don't surrender. You know, because they don't say those things get, heavy power. But anyways, you see, Kashi, when we go back, let's look at the Alfred Peter Conte saga. When they passed this ruling in Parliament, na court, when the court come out and say they dissolve the executive of the APC as a political party. But we don't get this video of Alfred Peter Conte even before, the court go pass the ruling. But we not talk about that because you know what you do? We say Salon people, they don't want to hear the reality. See when they can't give them heart pain and heart, chest problem. They don't want to hear at that moment. They want to wait like shock them. When it shock them, then they react. Now we say, okay, now we left the video, now don't say anything. Because this guy now talk, he can talk, now bogus talk. Now we left the bogosity, now we wait for the reality. We believe say the court go pass a ruling for vacate, tell the part them, let them vacate the APC party office, vacate them, positions them. We say, okay, now we wait. And indeed we wait. We're not talking because I mean want to do that video the last scatter say, hey, this Alfred Peter Conte guy, also a masso. Because they can say, oh, blind man say they stone you. So God is they don't mass stone. Who said this guy mass? When he said the decision get for be binary, na 0 or 1. Is 0, either the party resign, or the 1, the court to go pass a decision. Where they tell them say, therefore vacate the APC, they're illegitimate. I said, this guy, you say pull this kind of stone away masso. But I said, we wait. After the verdict, now pull that video day. Say, hey, when I look at Peter Conte, now don't forget about the verdict when the court some pass. If you tell me say empire and a two thing, either they resign or the courts gave them. But now don't focus my attention again to Dr. Samura Kamara. Is anybody will get case? Anybody will get case, like go fixing case. Anybody will get case, like go fixing case. I say, when I pay attention to this, they say, hey, look, Ibrahim, I didn't catch up on Dr. Samura Kamara. They say, that's Alfred Peter Conte, the couple Dr. Samura Kamara. You see, Africans, this is the problem with which we say civic education. All man run on social media. I say, look the wire. Who say we end up 6 months later, then go back to court. Eventually, for go discuss this matter also. So these are the realities that we are dealing with. Salon people.
Well, this is why I say we don't need bomb swear. I think what we need is civic education, as we always say.
Gotcha, the bomb swear. You know so they by inside no more. But of course, say that civic education.
Course, we just they talk no more. But however, if not the shrine and they make like, you know, people believe, people see the people are honesty, like, you know, where they know that, you know, we don't fight now for position or any stupid thing where somebody they say. If like that you not believe, please do not go swear. Because you see, Ibrahim, like it's just like where without discussing this guy again, you know, remember, like when you put like you show what's your Peter content up, you know, some man begin to do audio now say, hey, wait till the case wait till make and Samuel Kamara get anything and all anything in it. You see, Ibrahim, the problem we get now with society, trust me, it is deep. And we need for rescue with people very, very quickly.
Absolutely.
Or else, I'm telling you, with the edge, like where, like, that's the day, people and feel say they have to rely on politicians. They have to kind of like rely on them. You know, how can somebody say, like, I rely on a politician for go give me position? For God's sake. You see, Ibrahim, we have to understand these things. We do not need bomb sweat. All we need is when people like open their hearts and get like an open mind for being receptive to things then. Good or bad, analyze them. And that is where we're failing as a nation.
You know, Gashi, I say this again. Until Africa politics not only determine how somebody they put food on the table. When I'm in politics, politician connections, because politics now they underneath everything we do in our society. Now, good politics now they make we get good policies. When you get a set of good politicians, them when you get good policies, them we go affect families, livelihoods, for creates job employment opportunities and amicable environments where the private sector go grow. You go talk about PPP, public-private partnerships, all of that, and then people will come with business ventures and ideas, business and go open. Young man will get opportunity for able to thrive, go work, make money without the government interfering into their livelihood. Until we get that in Africa, this is why we get this problem we'll get, where people in this part of the world, in the diaspora, that's why we brother and sister them back home, because them, like I say again, they pity them, are they sorry for them. They don't know any better, a lot of them. They don't get that exposure where some of these guys, they don't can get exposure in the diaspora. They don't can see another side to life. They don't can live in societies where it function, systems are working. They don't even sabi them politician them. They don't sabi them senator them. They don't sabi them local councillors them. What they don't know more, they know so they get a job. They have somewhere for go when they go for go make a living for themselves. They don't need college education. They don't need college degree. If not medicine, if not electrician, if not a plumber, any kind of work, carpenter, as long as you get the skill set, you will be able to make a living. Now, yeah, people that make over $100,000 a year. Na carpenter, na medicine, na plumber. They sabi their work, then they do them, then take care of themselves. That is the society that we find ourselves in. Kashi, you know, come on in like clear now, quick for you.
Absolutely. You see, Ibrahim, like what you talk about.
Morning.
You know, with society, not to say that past education. And this is how people misconstrued and misunderstand with messages then. Because what we need for understand is we have to realize that, you know, education is not just that formal education. You know, like I remember when they came with that 633 636 or 4 or 33, something like that.
So, right. So,
when they come with that stage, if you get to a certain stage, at least get the basic.
Right.
And then, like, if you want to kind of like move into like vocational stuff, carpentry, welding,
absolutely,
it is there for you.
Absolutely.
Because that is how like economy they turn, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
How economy they move on. You know, but there's so much reliance where politics is kind of like an industry now, Ibrahim.
Yep.
Politics now, Salon is like an industry.
Right. That is, yes, that is where the jobs are.
Kind of like make money out of.
Absolutely. Now they're the job
very lucrative. And the political industry, Ibrahim, is the best industry that like now Africa.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's where the rich people are. That's where the people where they dictate people a life that they didn't do.
Gashi,
this is not what
that is exactly what we talk about now. Not so yesterday, the other day we talk about Boris Johnson still pay mortgage, Barack Obama is still pay mortgage. You know, President Biden is still go pay mortgage. You know what to do? Because the system not make provision for let people and thief. Now, yeah, and go thief for buy us and bills. But you see, massive in Africa, a thief with people and the money when they take for build hospitals and schools and roads, then take and come buy us. Then they can buy us because for yes.
They're gonna laugh at you and I.
Yes.
Say, oh, una get us. Oh, this man get 2 hours. This man get 10 hours.
Yes.
Imagine they take their oil Friday.
This is.
But yet still they post about it.
This is the mentality.
Call them back. Then they call it yours. But if we're not to hear, we see them. Yeah, when we see the Tunis, when the King Odile, when the Bible took up for him, I guarantee you, people in Sierra Leone will be saying, "Oh, now everyone get this motor."
Yes, you see the my motoka. You see the my motoka because waiting to that's the education we get for uplift to people. I mean, that is why we do what we do. Because Kashi, again, it goes back to what we talk confidence. Where we credit in Sierra Leone as an example, people know they can do business with you because we don't get confidence. There is no confidence in the infrastructure. They don't pay debt. Just so far, when they give $10 million for go pay, you don't go pay the debt. No, so it's the money. Sajusu, you don't go pay the money. Eat up. America, this part of the world where they make you cash box, they look you. They say, Ibrahim, oh, now this was now you want, this was now it's in a 5,000 pound. All right, well, you don't get 5,000 pounds. Well, what will they do for you? We give you this money because we trust you. We don't look you history. We don't trust you. We know say you get credibility. You know, man, where you're responsible. You know, oh, this man they work. He get the income. He get what he take for pay this us back. So the system creates, but go to salon today. Almost person able for go to bank and work and say I want loan for build a house where bank will give them. Because the system has not empowered the people. People they suffer for rent them places them. People they suffer for every year. Some man they pay for pay house rent no money. I don't know here they gain ahead. From where born and suffer. And if you go look back outside, they pay for the rent. If you see the house, but if they pay rent, then they not pay. They pay rent not pay. In the end they crash how you get for pay this rent. So this is the problem where we get for educate cash with people them small, let them understand them things they are.
And trust me, Brian. Hey, we nation. It's a very we get a very long way for make we kind of like get to this understanding where like it is not about politics. It is not about politics.
Kashi.
Ibrahim, I always tell people the biggest banks, the bankers in America, the people there they make decisions like they're not in politics, but like the government they listen to them what they say.
Because
the government will make decisions, Ibrahim. It is not about look people in a bay, Ibrahim. You know when they say campaign time, you know they go dance there. People in the commander do they dance for these politicians, and Salon get what it take for transform their lives. Then
absolutely.
Imagine, like I listen to this guy. The guy will talk say, SMPP guy. He make that audio when you send to me. When they talk say how like to talk about the clear all the debt and the command and can put debt for we. But if we're not to hear we quote the what's in your audit report say this the dodgy auditor general when they go put inside there. We tell we're in page 8, Roman page 10 or Roman page and page 8, Ibrahim. We tell we say the debt where Salon gets go way back to 1983. But then we don't say we say Pakama we don't clear the debt. So what's that again? We go all way back 1983, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
You see the problem we get we can't get this guy the camp and make the guy false information, give them false information there. Say, oh, the reason why the currency bad now because America they increase the interest rate. America they increase the interest rate because of the inflationary problem we they get. Then you they talk say that they make it affect Salon. Why Guinea they not bad like how Salon bad?
Kashi, because that is what they know. You know, it's to
that
spread.
Is what they know.
You know,
and that is what the people believe them.
Absolutely.
And this is why we go after the likes of Socioeconomic because the parliamentarians they go and talk sweet talk serviceman talk them that are in a good form because they think they are the people they get for no and they want the way for educate them people they are Ibrahim. Supposed to be the parliamentarian. Let me tell you, Ibrahim, you see the world will not be created now on social media.
Yeah.
When we say one thing, people will be like, no, we don't believe you. We believe that one day. And that is the problem.
Yes.
That is the problem. So the only people that wait for talk now, the parliamentarians they wait for talk this statement in there, where they know, I do not know if they know, but that is supposed to kind of like, you know, go spread these messages to these people. They don't want to do it.
Kashi,
they don't want to do it.
That is why we are taking our time to explain these things to the society. Let people understand, see, the governments should be able to create that environment outside the people and for able to thrive. Kashi, when we did at this part of the world, now can make you see why can they relate? You know, people and I don't really care if people, you know, hey, and say Brian get false life. Everything I talk is what I live. And I talk nothing one other experience. I speak from experience. I grow up from a young man at Salon. I not struggle, I not suffer. Till I come overseas. God has blessed me. because I've made every decision through in guidance. Till I reach, usa reach. Everything I have, I worked for. I not go bigger to nobody, because this system within this part of the world. Now, how you work, how you toil. Now, so this system they pay you. This system no need for you to be politician. Just like how England, France, Germany, the people where they live there, they don't need to get acquaintances with politicians. All they need is to work hard, and the opportunities are there for them. Now, the same way, where would they tell people in Sena Salon? The average Sierra Leonean, as long as you work hard, regardless of your educational level, you should be able to afford your own house. Now, in the happen at this part of the world, when you can at this part of the world, they say all man gets in level, all man get in size. All man gets what's able for challenge, all man gets what's able for challenge. So now you go look back, how you day, you know, say, okay, this kind of house now able for afford. This kind of motoka now able for afford. So you go do what you want for do, because you don't live your life for anybody now, you live your life for you. Because at the end of the day, what matter now how you happy, your level of happiness. But the system makes provisions for let people able for survive. Amos Salomon right now get what he take the capacity for go to any bank and go work and show the bank, say, I want for buy a house, or I want for build a house. The house where I want build, it will cost me 200 million. Let the bank give me loan. Almost salon people them where you sabi, where they suffer. Citizens that are languishing in abject poverty, where you sabi, where go work go inside any bank for able for go secure that funding day. Because what you do, the bank get for look at one, the biggest one, now the income. Outside, you get for pool money for pay we back. In Sierra Leone, people then job no guarantee. And not only the job they don't guarantee, if the one that we get job, you know even know you get for get pay every month.
The only salon man that we could able get access to that funding, 95% of them are politicians or connected to politics.
Well, no,
because
actually,
remember, even
they don't even
people now. They have to be connected to politicians for when they get a contract.
Right. And Kashi, even the politicians and the one who are affiliated with the politicians, they don't need to go to bank. You know what they do? Because they get the cash. So exactly. They don't need to go to bank.
Yeah, now say, to go to the bank.
Yes. Now I say the average Sierra Leonean that is not politically connected.
No, again, the way it works, now for when they give you a contract, and then as long as you get money up front, for when you go start the business before like September, the accountant general sign or something like that. Then what they do? They go to the banks them, so they have access.
Exactly.
So they credit in the country.
Exactly, Kashi. But again, that's the point, right? So what they do so now the criminality aspect of them. But then what you talk so something an idea you don't give some man so safe, but left aside. But the fact remains, what they say no more. The average Sierra Leonean where they suffer, we not get unspan government. How most of them even forget a place for themselves. This is the problem. Now then small thing. Now we could get we acronym. We will be designed, Kashi. We are the basic essentials, the issues that we for focus on for tackle. Because when you get a plan, you succeed. There's a prior proper planning prevents problems. And when you plan properly, you don't for achieve them. And we take with time. You know? So within Naditina, why am I having this disruption there? People say, I'll call you back, yeah. Okay, now people's power call we now just now. But anyways, Kashi, if never had people's power, I don't know why they call. Let we had people's power. But right. Yeah. Okay, try for Adam. Okay. So the thing is this. At the end of the day, Kashi, we will look for an environment where these members of parliament them get a responsibility. You know why people in the pick certain members of parliament and when they go there, you look at somebody who gets a financial background. These guys should be able to come and talk about these issues for sensitize and educate the people. But Cashbox, these guys would not do that because they want for left the citizens them blank. Let people not sabi waiting for do. And this is why you look at the migration to our country. Everybody want for left the continent of Africa and Sierra Leone particularly so. And people they take advantage of that particular thing. They dupe with people them. Then go take money that they hand them. Say then they come with them overseas. Then go end up na Lebanon. Then go end up na Kuwait. Then go end up na side and where they go mistreat them, abuse them. Some of them came for survive later and make a living for themselves. But some of them go get raped, then get abused. Now the host where they work. Waiting do because then country where they we really come and talk about these important issues. Then they come for can distract we from not for talk about this because they want let the people and continue for stay blind. Let the people and continue for stay, dark in the dark days, in the dark age. ages, so their eyes they not go open. When Sierra Leone is one of the richest countries on the face of the planet Earth, Sierra Leone is one of the countries with the most resources you could ever think about. And not only that, also we get very, very, when we talk about human capital development, we might be able to talk about President Biro talk about it all the time. It's not that we get the youngest and strong and vibrant people. But go look there like today, we young girl them across the country. What's in there happen? A lot of these young people, then young girl there, then they're into prostitution because there is no other option. So they're into prostitution because there is no option for them in life. They've given up hope because nothing there for them. So they look and say the only option they get now for sell them body them. Either they sell them body or they look for opportunities, say they want to oversee. And then you get unscrupulous people them where they take advantage of them. Say they bring them oversee, take their money in their hand, then people then go sell their land them, then people then sell their host them. Then at the end of the day, who side they end up, then go stand, suffer, and punish for nothing. Human trafficking right there. But at the end of the day, Salon people them, we say all this because we people are not for suffer so. Like when we brought that people's power in a salon, so if we're able for in a salon, able for live there, able for survive without even getting connections to politicians. If we're able for survive, the system should be built and made in a way where people's power for survive and strive and make a living for himself and his family. I want every citizen live in a good house, drive 5 motoka, and every family in Sierra Leone should be able to afford that. Every family, and until we uplift with people out of that, with every family they afford their own house, they afford affordable housing, then get their own motoka, then pick them up for go hospital, then pick them up for get access to healthcare, proper education, not for talk and but talk, fake talk, lie and people. But again, this part of the world, we create opportunities for ourselves. What we live is the reality of what we get. You work hard, now so you can. But salon people, they work hard, they suffer. Some man they sell newspaper all day. I must say they make by newspaper, we go sell newspaper. Some man they sell yogurt all day. I must say they make by yogurt, we go sell yogurt. But these are the problems that are happening and where they affect people at that macro level. And these are the issues where we come for can discuss and talk about. So Sierra Leoneans, their eyes would be open. Let people understand where we're going and what they can sugarcoat anything. When we will tell say APC Marabio for go, not for Allah no say Marabio to go. We need for take actions then we for make sure say we get Marabio out. Which in some of these actions, the mayor make them very easy for we. The mayor tell we say then puts the salon the Freetown urban, western urban population down to over 42%. They say that only 500 something thousand people, or over close to 600,000 people that are in the Freetown western urban. Hey, we know say it's over 1.5 to 2 million people within that Freetown western urban area. They wanna see how Freetown choke. Una see how the Freetown choke. The mayor come and make them very clear. Members of parliament, nobody name for pick up on this matter today for talk about this. They reduce the population of Freetown. How Marabio they go if them guys don't reduce the population already in the western urban area? Now we see them go sell the land around that John Obe area. Then they go sell into a Gambian, say for can build houses then they. We don't get forget a host then they. So these are all the things where you see members of parliament know they come out and speak on these issues. These are the issues where they affect the livelihoods of Sierra Leone and them. So they like today. Everything that we say and everything that we talk about is to point out these facts. Let's allow people are open. We not come now for can bring excitement. We not come now for can make comedy or for can make fun. Shame on our society because when you feel say we get salon, we not get elite people. You'll think that these people, now few of them, because first of all, anybody where they call me. And they call, we say, hey, I'm not listening to that. No. Why you listen to that in the first place? Because Cashbox and People's Power and Comrade, I don't listen to that, but. So if you were to call me, matter of fact, now you can tell me saying I talk something to make I go for react because I don't listen to his garbage and his nonsense, and I don't listen to him. When I say I don't listen to him, I talk back again. I don't listen to him. But when I come, I can't tell we say not so you say, and then we get for react. And we'll react to that. So hey, well, not react. Now left arm, Christmas, you not go outside, you not get direction, you not get this. We left aside. But salon people, the fact of the matter remains, as a society, we don't in a dystopia today. When you look at bad news.
It's the same thing. Like say, not how we know the listener. However, the very people that comes back and say, oh, na say, and the same one they come back and say, oh, una don't react to them, una left them. But you see, Ibrahim, maybe let's look at the bigger picture. However, the big part of the bigger picture is the fact that's the misinformation, and we have to deal with it.
Absolutely.
However, when we deal with it, people say, oh, una left them.
Absolutely. We don't depend left and
Anyway.
Yeah, we don't depend left and people don't lost their lives that I can't keep left and. At the end of the day, they like it today with brother and sister and they're in jail. This Bob always said and say, when I go shoot, kill police officer or whatever the case may be, when I born police station and this and that. It's there now. They live in lavish life now. All and they sit on the life is peaceful for them. With brother and sister in a jail. You know, guys, lawyer will go send self, let them go fetch for them. Let them go release them people and they are list. Let we know say every day kind of social media, those people are there for they talk about, for remind people and say them people and they oh, and they jail, they suffer, and they language, them pain, them family, them the one they lost their loved ones, they killed that day. All of those things when I for come na social media for they can talk about and call members of parliament for stand up for the people.
Ibrahim, honestly, I think let's don't go there. Let's
absolutely. But please, that's the point. That is the point, though. These are the issues waiting for the talk about. Instead of that, they're not talking about those things. So at the end of the day, this is what we say. Salon people, the fact of the matter remains, we live in a dystopia. Una the people, it's like we communicate to talk earlier about the Jambaran. They get the one the sensi, they get the one the fully. Salon people, we generally like the fully. If you look at how social media they play, when Nigerians and Ghanaians are capitalizing on social media to make money out of it, Sierra Leoneans are using social media for cosmamicos, for make mockery of themselves, for make palaver. They're not thinking about how to go monetize, for make content. We go reach the rest of the mankind. We go reach the rest of the world so that they become something in society where the world go learn every day from them. Nigerians, Ghanaians, they don't capture that space. They are making good use of them. They don't really affect and cut themselves and this and that. No, they are mobilizing. Young people are coming together, putting out content to educate and sensitize the younger ones them for no say, hey, the direction where they go so like today. Follow what they do with people like Peter Obi and all of these other folks. Follow how they go with all of this stuff. Then the young people don't take charge of the situation. Now they know say we cannot rely on these politicians anymore. But in Sierra Leone today, the young people they still get the concept for go fetch for politician, go chook person, go fetch person. They say politicians say we for Godfather. This is the problem in Sierra Leone where they come now for talk about these things, because politics shouldn't be that kind of a politics when a politics of violence. Violence, everybody as a human being gets violence in their nature, but now how circumstance and situation are going to make the goodness in we come out. But every mortal man is capable of doing evil. Every mortal man is capable of doing bad. And we all get for respect Andy. And let we respect we human dignity. Let we respect ourselves as individuals, as person. We be safe and say election, not to fet, not to alala, not to confusion. That is why we go back to we leaders them now the one that we get the responsibility for cleaning we system up, for make sure say the young people and be sensitized and educated and get the civic education for understand say democracy is not about fighting. Go to any other part of the world. America did like it today. All the noise wouldn't get so. When in the campaign, you know, when the campaign ala for say the campaign and for this position, you're going to go fetch and the most rudeness we do so now. Donald Trump cancel now. We can make misbehave then go to January 6th and go protest and the Capitol. But all of those are things what we talk about. The fact of the matter remains, Sierra Leoneans, then we get a responsibility for sanitize with democracy. We can we talk to one about within the APC. We're coming from a place of not to forget mix with talk to owner. If we saw the pull matter bill, what we don't do for pull president bill? Who say we don't challenge for remove president bill? Where the people already don't delete and name them for the voter register? We don't get for votes. Then one numbers then they're very important. Matter bill the last election they say we cash less than 90,000 votes. About 90,000, less than 2% of the votes. So if this man don't make all the calculated moves there, no, so it don't go now. It don't delete 250,000 names, and that not include the people that we turn 18, we young brothers and sisters them. We turn 18, and we turn 18 by June 24, 2023. They don't allow them to register. We're talking close to another, maybe 1 million of them one in the we not register. So if you don't get, and then they don't reduce the population at the Freetown, Western, Urban, where that area is densely populated, mostly with APC sympathizers. If Marabi don't do all these 3 things here I mentioned, and they go into alt, if you don't decrease the population number now Freetown, Western, Urban, it don't decrease that. Then it don't delete 257,000 names when 250,000 people. Then young adults them wait for turn 18 by June 24. They want to back then disenfranchise them. They need for register. If all of these numbers put together, we are looking at least 1.2 million people already where they don't delete technically from the voter register. So tell me now, how will they pull Marabio when Marabio go consolidate the southeastern? The APC go back to the southeast right now. All the elections were in the old na the southeastern part of the country. Then go impose people back by them. The indigenes then at this community now wants the people them when they go with. Then they sideline align those people. So tell me how they go win elections when Marabi consolidate the Southeast, but we are losing ground, not the Southeast. We are losing ground within the north and northwestern part of the country because they disenfranchise their own people. The people that we want, the people for whether they want for let them win, they need to allow the elections to go properly. How APC they pull Marabi? This time make we say people are working for give Marabi a second time, because if you go fet na APC right now, you take advantage of other people. What should you do now for meet the goal of Marabi for they get a second time? You are affecting the hot APC as a political party. Kashi, go ahead and come on in, my brother.
Absolutely. You know, Ibrahim, people's power, I think people's power do its way. I don't know if you know. You know, the danger now with the country, when you look at everything with the way surround Salone, you know, we all the kind of definitely they crave for the good of Salone. You know, people's power can tell you, the situation of the country right now. Waiting at the chance of APC saying, okay, with the Manabi, I know
What's that?
The determination of the people for kind of get rid of this government. But Ibrahim, if Manabi don't get that, don't take 257,000 people left, delete them at the register. It take the young, the one that went on 18 for register, it not register them. Take in people them, it puts them as commissioners and all that in the Ibrahim. How this election therefore be won by APC, I don't know. People's power, please. I don't say you be don't left with platform according to Momo News. But people's power, please tell me the state of affairs that country, how people actually they live their life for make them feel say, and the things that when me they see, the politicians are waiting for help these people for make decisions are not helping these people. They're not giving them the information. Ibrahim, decisions should be based on information. People's power, decisions are supposed to be based on the information where we get. Not on fake news, not on lie news, not on their normal news that they pass around. Waiting people's power, waiting at the information where una get for make una decision on.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Thank you very much, Cashbox, and hopefully I think she communicates herself there on the way for calm, and I think the states there on the verge of collapsing because we waiting at the ground, we waiting at the country. We see the way and manner how the country they go. We know they talk about the economy now, economic meltdown with this now because this economy now would don't this so Ibrahim communicate and Cashbox. Of course, other Sierra Leoneans then we they listen to me, we Dina Saluya knows exactly waiting at the say. Nayasu Ibrahim. Ibrahim, this country, Usai Idegusu, we only need now a leader we get focused, a leader we get the experience and expertise, a leader we get the sympathy, empathy for people. Now that kind of leader that we need. We need a leader we na economist, a leader we will tackle the country in economic situation right there as I talk to na Ibrahim. Ibrahim, when you walk on a street, just imagine me where I dey go on a street, I dey go on some public places, them people them way sabi me, you will see a lot of young people them would dey behind you. Brai bobode na, brai bobode na, brai bobode. That one day a manifest itself yesterday. I was invited to Parliament for the part of the declaration or the support or the members of Parliament them. Over 58 members of Parliament.
Beautiful.
We then go through the support to Dr. Samuel Kamara. So I went there yesterday, Ibrahim, communicator and Cashbox. The young people will be there around yesterday. Ibrahim, now for talk to the politician, they how they will survive. Now for Ibrahim, and one of the things them way Samuel Kamara talk na that speech yesterday. Now for how he will see young people Ibrahim, they will be able to find will and live for themselves. Not to how young people would be and big politician and begin say Thank you. You know, that message where Samuel Kamara sent yesterday when he be in a committee room number 1, now the session will take place yesterday in a parliament, which are 58 members of parliament, them over 58 members of parliament, they come out publicly and endorse Samuel Kamara because they say, now the people's choice, now waiting the people don't decide, now waiting the people they want. And Ibrahim, when you listen to the message where Samuel Kamara sent to the young people yesterday, I think say Ibrahim, to be honest with you, if we get Samuel Kamara as president now this country, we get him as the leader now we party. I think say it not go be 100%, but it will try in level best based on the experience and the expertise where it gets for ensure say the young people they're able for cater for themselves, the young people they're able for do things for themselves. Ibrahim, me yesterday I did at that parliament, the young people open door, you know, they hey bra look bobo de na ya, look bobo de na ya. And some of these young guys, not to say then just one for day around people and begin say not to say now they win for do that, not to say they want to do that one. But Ibrahim, now the platform not there for let them survive. Now the way not there for let them survive. The enabling environment's not there for let the young people there they survive. Some of the young people there, so before they go thief, then go there around the politicians them, they say brai bobodia. So all waiting up yesterday outside the hall, now in exactly Samuel Kamara make na his speech. He make them clearly, he say young people need for live by themselves. The government can for make the enabling environment for let young people they able for get job for themselves. Government's not able for give everybody job, but you, the government, get a responsibility for make you citizens them they live, make you citizens them then get job by way where they attract investors them. Like waiting come in cash box can say. Cash box can say how investor will come like country, we wake up one morning, you all APC politician, you go put her inside jail. Where cash box can talk then things then they try for tell you now only a country where peace and stability day, now they investors then they come. Country where one no day, where kuskas no day, where demonstration no day. Now they investors then they go invest. Now confidence that where cash box can talk about confidence. Confidence, the investors them, they forget confidence in the country. They forget confidence in the leadership of that country. They forget confidence in the citizens them where they before them go invest. Ibrahim, if I say at the talk the status of this country, the way where young people in they live now, the way where the country they live now, no, we not get any other alternative. Ibrahim, Lord, we encourage citizens them. Let the All People's Congress Party can take over leadership now this country because this SLPP don't fail we. You know, Ibrahim, one thing where Che Koko talk yesterday, now the session yesterday, Che no say, he say we get economic problem now this country. He say if you not true say we get economic problem now this country, Lord, we allow the economists them for can take over the country. And who another person they when they are the economists for take over the country. Now Dr. Samuel Kamara, and it did the people yesterday, everybody subscribed to that one day where Che Koko make that statement say when are the leader. So we need somebody like Samuel Kamara for come and ensure say he take this country. Look, Kusai and Escomabi don't go the country yesterday up side where Mother Bio come. He draw the country candong, he reverse and candong back. So we need person like Samuel Kamara for make it ensure say he carry this country go forward and he make his statements yesterday clear. Now a government, when Samuel Kamara reach that side, he said that a government they make a country stable and a country gets instabilities. He said that a government now go make one happen in a country, now government go make one not happen. Now government go make the country sweet, now government go make country not sweet. He said the opposition no gets nothing for let government bitter or sweet. He said waiting the opposition need for do now for let it ensure say them give and the government for give checks and balances and therefore criticize constructively the things the way governments they do. He said because Samuel say the opposition are part of government. He said, but this government where they now, they not see that the opposition as part of governance. When he come as president, he will ensure say Ibrahim, the opposition will be part of the governance because they self get a role for play. They self then get a role, a significant role where the opposition gets for play. But now one of the things in the one day we make Marabu not succeed because Marabu they listen to the opposition. Marabu they listen like this platform now. The things that where cash box they talk about the economy, and they talk how a country for run, and they talk how the country therefore use the money, waiting that the country the salaries they for be, like waiting the Africanist press can they publish, they advise them where they give. So if we get a government where they listen to people, we get the knowledge, we get the idea, the expertise, we think say if we get that kind of government then they salon people we all know we enjoy 100%, but you will get 60% of Sierra Leoneans them where they go wake up one morning.
Maybe cash box they talk today because you are going to be Minister of Finance.
You know, you don't need cash box. No need, but cash box need to wait me sabi, wait me know. I don't know people who no sabi you, but me where they very close to you. You overqualify for being Minister of Finance that country. Ibrahim come request and cash box. Sierra Leoneans them, una no make no jokes about it. Cash box no need for talk a lot of things them about himself. He no need for talk but in job. He no need for talk but waiting he deliver. You go imagine this man there in the work na a place where the white people who they admire, who Allah no more, where they bet you no more. Logo na international community, then white people who they admire. Now then they work for cash box. Now then cash box they work for. The white people who they feel say where they kikana saluya, we see them. A day side jeep, then they come to cash box. But I look this document, waiting for this document. But you go know that one day because you're not close to cash box, you not sabi cash box, you not see the work where they do. And we as Sierra Leoneans them, Lord we left for the criticize the good things them. Lord left for the criticize, we come to Sierra Leoneans them where they deliver. And one of the biggest thing where the SLPP junta government headed by Madabu, they feel they not get people who they deliver. And Samoa Kamara make it clear how you go take a carpenter. You go imagine you take a carpenter for let go paint house for you. Abraham that house still then go paint a fine. How you go take electrician for let go service for you. A lot of things that do they bring. And now this now in the happen now the country cash box not sabi nothing. The man na economist now you know now they specialize. What do you feel say it for be?
Absolutely.
What do you feel say for be? You know, when alone we left them here na this country, you know go take a teacher, you say this na a teacher, na classroom it day, all this why from where it day university, na classroom no more it day, then you take up, you can make bank governor. Who side the results don't go to this?
Absolutely.
If you tell me who side the results don't go, this man don't spend
over
45 years na classroom. Over 45 years, now this man spend na classroom. Ibrahim come request a cash box. This man spend over 45 years na classroom. They can't take can't get a country like this. They say can't big bank governor. We wake up one morning, they say $68 million don't disappear. Who side disappear? Who side not disappear? We don't know. We wake up one morning back, they say over 58 billion euros don't disappear. Who side the money go? Who side no go? We don't know. So Ibrahim, this country how it is so now, the country economy don't totally collapse. Totally collapse. Ibrahim, one thing I notice right now where they happen, prostitution day in the increase.
Bad.
Cash box.
Bad.
Prostitution is day in the increase.
Civilized and uncivilized. Both ways.
Yeah, bro, Ibrahim, you travel go na go. One side day na Bo, where na New London. The other side day, where they call it Palomino. The other side na Total. The other side na Shelmingo. Ibrahim, if you go na that side and day, you will see hundreds of young girls, hundreds of fine picking them, beautiful picking them. You will see them na net. Wow. Then they team up na them places and day. Yeah. Ibrahim, prostitution day in the increase. If you go na Kenema, you will see prostitution day in the increase. You go Kono, Ibrahim, you go na the province system. They get picking them. They don't get any way for live now. No. They don't get any way for survive. Nope. How then they survive now? Now na prostitution in the go back.
Absolutely.
Ibrahim, the government they need to pay attention parentia. Government they need to pay attention parentia. For say, Lord, we go na the streets na net. Lord, we go see the young girls there. Yeah. Lord, we ask them why then they camp up prostitution? Why then they carry na net? Waiting at the problems them. Government get the responsibility for make them ensure say them go na all them places there. So who say them then young girls there? Then they go engam. Ibrahim, if you can't free home, you waka, you drive around that Texaco end. You go on this side and day towards Ferry Junction. You go, you come to the Aberdeen side, the Lumley side. Oh my God, Ibrahim, if you see young picking them, 16 years old, 17, 19, 20, 22 years old, young girls them, prostitution don't they increase, Ibrahim.
Oh my God.
Constitution there in the increase. If the government officials them, then they listen to this program. If then they hear this program here, Ibrahim, when you go on that side of the day, you will see small picking them. 16, 17 years old picking, 18 years old picking. They don't go put themselves for prostitution. And Ibrahim, one thing that some of them picking their so we go for prostitution so that they take care of the home, that they feed the home. We net come, they go waiting at the money where they get. When they get some on the Ibrahim come request and cash box, they can cook, they eat. Now net back, you see how it gets, it come out. These are some of the problems. These are some of the problems, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
Come request and knows exactly what they talk now. Cash box, you know, when a country, they like this a third world country. A third world country where just come up a war. You know, Ibrahim, you don't see picking there in the street, Ibrahim, if you work on the streets of Freetown on Saturdays, if you work on the streets of Freetown on Saturday, the net, Ibrahim, you go see prostitution till you the case, you the vex, you have the well.
Wow.
You had the well, we young girls them, Ibrahim. You the think no more say, hey me. Look me picking in the university, but that is not to the case. Now for think what other man you picking, Ibrahim. Now for think what other man you picking. Now this na love and unity in this country also. Ibrahim. Now this na love and unity in this country. And the man they don't talk no day, Ibrahim. You see the young people, this country, Madam, you don't absolutely collapse this country. Ibrahim,
people are saying that with all these things you're saying, we see it ourselves. Why is it that politics, they make people, and when they see all these things, give excuses about this government, say, you know, Madabio, like, you know, oh, like we don't ever see this kind of president that we live and all that. Which they cause that when people and get the F13 or like the idea for feeling say, they know they see waiting, una they see honor, una they try for see the bad in them.
Cash box, not two things. Some of them people are, then they see them here, then they ignore them because then they lick the honey. When somebody they lick the honey, they not get for talk against that only way they leak. Some of them they not get the time for go do that kind of feasibility studies for say, you know what, this thing way governments they pay me for, especially the people away there at the Ministry of Social Welfare, Gender and Children Affairs, when are the responsibility they want to do for the go. Now some of them bad they also for the go. Now some of them places they also for go talk to the young people and they for talk to the young people and they bring them out of the street. Just like waiting, come with cash box, they always they talk now. So then get a skill where them pick here the land. This tailor in Ayasu, Ibrahim, in the give money in this country Yasu. Then girl picking and they you able mobilize them, you able galvanize for them, you open a whole institution for them where they not go pay 1 cent for let them go to the institution and
when you talk about tailoring, so do you know like there was like I think now Peter Obi, Ibrahim, where they talk about the textile industry in Nigeria, and do you know that people in America, in England now, like where wedding can they take place, where they pay for make them sew them, close them, now Nigeria for them, they make so much money from these things.
Of course. We they see them things then day where people in the where we then at the media when you go na Facebook you they see them fashion things they are not to say na machine they see don't know what you do for yourself na mortal man they design them they all in the design them they sew them they young people they also Ibrahim government able for put the young people here together. Ibrahim, when I read the African Express, the money no more alone where mother be used for travel in 1 year, in 2 years time, the money then the Ibrahim, you able to get all the young girls then they you put them together, you able to do all of them things then they and some of the young girls there, Ibrahim, let me tell you, some of the young girls there where they go into prostitution, when you look at some of them, they don't get qualification for go university. Ibrahim, how you go university? We wake up one morning, I mother will tell we say nobody know for buy form for go university. For let you get the form first for go university right now. Now 600,000. 600,000 for make you get the form for let go university. And then they not don't know how much you go open a university. Ibrahim, the listed university now will go when government university now 5 million leos. Who say you they put 5 million for let go university? Ibrahim, now this country here I see policeman picking them. Then they go university. Policeman picking. For go pay 5 million at college, they say they don't get the money. Policeman picking. Policeman picking, they say they don't get 5 million euros for go pay na university. Ibrahim, that man you dey sell la plazas and Pikin go university. That man you dey sell la pepe. That man you dey sell la ogi and Pikin go university for like 5 million euros. For like Pikin go university, it's very, very difficult. And some of them picking the ASU, Ibrahim, some of them picking the ASU, where their parents them no able to afford for them, let them go university. And as some of them picking the ASU, if they go see them, na nets, then they hang back, then they go spend money for drag, for let them get in for it. Because Ibrahim, right now, as I talk to Nasu now, rest as for today, now 600,000 euros for bag.
Wow.
600,000 euros for bag.
How much are the minimum wage?
If they pay you 1 million euros, Ibrahim, at the end of the month, then they pay you 1 million. Then you pull a 600,000 for go buy rest. Now 400,000 they left now you earn. You get for pay transport. Right now, so they talk to Nasu, the fuel now 21,500 euros for fuel. Waiting at the transportation. The shortest distance where you go pay for transportation, Ibrahim. Now 3,000. Now the shortest distance, that one the way you go. 3,000 euros. If you pay that 3,000 euros to cash box, say the month they don't for go and come. Now 6,000. How much now the money we go left now your salary? You get for give picking the lunch. So you find out say a lot of people like Ibrahim, they picking they not able for go university.
No.
Then they don't go there, they don't sit to us. When they don't sit to us now, Ibrahim, for go university, they not able. Then don't get the requirement. Then don't qualify for go to the university. How you go to the university? Just say for pay.
You see, people saw that. Exactly.
Ibrahim come request and cash box and Escoma be make a clear. He say me they subsidize for students in a university where they attend government universities and they subsidize 75% of the money. Why not they pay? He say government they subsidize, not an Escoma in pocket the money they come out. The money they come out and come request on either cash box in pocket or Ibrahim in pocket. They come out at the government purse. Now the government in pocket, now they the money they come out. They say they subsidize 75%. Who not pay the 25%? Ibrahim, if you get million euros, you get for pay 5 million for school fees. If you are an Escoma, the government say, well, no, me I go pay for you 3 million, you pay the 2 million. Ibrahim, you picking where you go university.
Absolutely.
You picking where you go university.
You know,
where Madam Biokam is saying west of government resources. It's saying west of government resources. It's saying that money that they all. Now government will take the money that they put out aside. Where come they pull all that one day. But the one they waiting at the southeast equally, then they suffer like the one they waiting at the north and the northwest.
Absolutely.
The one they waiting at the southeast, waiting at government university day. Where Madam Biokam, they pull last subsidies day. They pull the 75% where the government be they pay for university students them. They come they pull them.
Absolutely.
Where come they pull them? Madam Biokam be free say no more. Now the people them waiting at the north and the northwest. Now they no more go suffer. But equally, young people away say now young people now the southeast, then they suffer equally. All man they suffer when I get bad leader. When all of the country when they suffer. When they sell yes now free tongue, 600,000 for bag. If you go na Kailaung, now 700,000 go sell like you. 700,000 because Ibrahim. Then get for pull the rest of Wataki, then get for pay transport for that rest day, then load an inside vehicle for care and go to the wire house. The vehicle where they can't take up from the wire house for care and go inside Kalau, they get for pay for them. Policeman then in the street, you get for get a small money. By the time we go reach to that rest, that one get one back rest day. By the time they reach to Kalau, you will not pay over 100,000 for that rest day.
Can you imagine?
You go not pay over 100,000 for that yesterday, Ibrahim. So people in the southeast, then they suffer past any other side, Ibrahim. Some of us with the worker.
Absolutely.
Some of us with the worker. Would they go na their by election step? Would they go na their alpha program step? Would they go na their election step? Would they see how people in the suffer na the southeast, how people in the strain, Ibrahim? If you go na hospital na Pujong, now gone, now the people in the sleep, now the hospital. Then they pray na grown patient. Then they pray for patients na grown. Now then the patient they don't sleep. Then they go take cartoon first.
Can you imagine?
They take the cartoon and pray the cartoon. When they don't pray the cartoon, then take la pa them. They pray the la pa them. The patients they don't. Hey, Ibrahim. Now under Marabi leadership, now that's him. Under Marabi leadership.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You know,
leadership now hospital and Escoma Billy. Now grown and the patient them. They bed no day. We lack of maintenance culture. Salon people and the maintenance. They're not gonna buy bed there for put day. This government's not gonna buy bed them for put at the hospital and they're not gonna for make the hospital them. What did they do? Then they prep na grown. Na grown na they prep for patients and they don't sleep. Ibrahim,
you know,
you go to hospital for let go kill yourself. Then you go there for go die.
I can imagine.
You go there for let go get sick.
You know,
Ibrahim,
if person go hospital, they go live on the ground. How communicable disease they not go spread? How people not continue for? But people's power. This goes back to what Dr. Samora Kamara don't say with everything that you've said. You remember when we bring Dr. Samora Kamara, we have this acronym that we brought together. We call We Are. We WEAHH. We Are. So it's the water. How to address the water problem we get. How to address the agricultural issues. We electricity issues, we agricultural issues, we healthcare, and we housing. Now we are the cover, that particular acronym, we are, WEAHH. That is it. So everything you said about, which Dr. Samara Kamara goes talk about at Parliament, when you say they talk about empowering the youth, that is a beautiful thing. And I want to see the whole transcript, if possible, if you're available, People's Power, if the whole speech that he gave, if it is available, I would love to listen to it for myself. You know, because
I will make them available to you. I will make them available to you.
Absolutely, because People's Power, you see, the thing is, when you talk about the youth, we don't get a society today where we don't normalize mommy cause our society. What's in the cause? It is because the youth they've not been empowered enough with civic education to understand that you tackle issues without using invectives. Mommy cause not applicable, not a work, because mommy cause they give you a temporary satisfaction. All my Allah, it's like again, it goes back to that jamba we come recruiter they talk about fully. So when you smoke the fully, the immediately when you eat the mommy cause, you're excited, but it not change nothing. Marabio continue for thief, the SLPP continue for thief, people continue for little grown. Now hospitals, nothing not change, water not there, electricity not there, nothing not change. But if people take meaningful actions, youth them, young people, are able to understand, say we have to call on our elected leaders to come up and stand up and speak up about these things that we are suffering from. And I think the fact that Dr. Samara Kumar don't get a reality, it will help the youth and the young people for believe, say, if you empower them tomorrow when you become president, then definitely we'll get a society, we need to focus on because, but people get to work for make sure say they're able to get a better way of handling their lives and taking care of themselves. People's power inside salon, you see some man old 40 years, if I don't 60, because of suffering, because of poverty, waiting to because they never get opportunity for go school. Certain people in them papa born then 8, 20, 10, able for put on man school. So a lot of them they were disadvantaged, not to by their own way. And then the skill set where they land back, so man go land, okay, see me I not go school, but I go land carpenter, I go land masonry, I go land electrician work. By the end of the day, opportunity not the back for them. We don't even get associations them. We know they build nothing, no infrastructural growth. So how people they get job now by God in power. So these are all the things we are happy and excited. Because if you know, Dr. Zamora come from the get-go, we don't talk and say, I don't care what anybody get for say. The fact of the matter remains, this man was the leading contender.
I don't think people get job by God in power. It's by political power, Ibrahim. The reason why I say that, these people that will get job, and most people live in that country. The reason why
Kashi, I think
political appointments.
No, Kashi, what I'm talking about, talk about them people who do labor jobs, them, the labor intensive,
True. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But you see, Ibrahim, like the problem now with society, like when people's power, they talk about how people in the suffer, prostitution is on the rise, every day. Which you expect, Ibrahim? In fact, in country they're always the moment the government they feel like I said the people and they become poor, they worry about like people rising up and kind of going at the streets. They worry about these things. Unlike Salon now, it is normal. These people in the sea, how people in the suffer, they still continue for thief people. And what maybe always can say, it is not about, let's say, like Samora Kamara economic background and all that thing, and they kind of like they sway me. Yes, it is necessary for the country, right? But you see, now the kind heart where this man gets, now in me, but I kind of like buy into.
Absolutely.
Right? Because the moment he care like about the people, look like the comments we comment creators always they remind me of where he say, they ain't not gonna go in the office, then it make thousands of people then are traffic because of one grade.
That's a good point. Yeah.
those things, Ibrahim.
Yeah.
Like,
and
you know, that it melts my heart.
Absolutely. And Dr. Samora Kamara People's Power, when you talk to him, like you're able to understand the humanity part of him. He's very humanistic. His approach is very humanistic. And this is the beauty. And I pray that if he come and become a president, you know, let people around him, that bubble, them allow them bubble and they for you know, take away in mind from the way they think. The way he's focused on people, is people oriented. He cares about the sufferings of the people.
Ibrahim, I speak to one some of the former ministers them. You know, we get a privileged conversation, and these former ministers are close people to me. And where I mean close people and are people away, you know, any kind way they can call me for one or two things they will see already discussed. And at distance, they will not talk with people around Dr. Samuel Kaba. I ask these people, see, why una no go come together, una come and support Dr. Samuel Kamara. Now, two things the people them tell me about Dr. Samuel Kamara. They tell me, say, one, they say, but this man not a politician. That's it. What do you mean, sir, not a politician? If you get somebody when a good administrator, now when a politician, they now with the around down. I know we play the politics whilst in the administrative well for move the country go before.
Absolutely.
They say one, they say the man not a politician. Then say secondly, this man is stubborn. When I don't say Samuel is stubborn, I ask question. I say why? How this man stubborn? Me, this man, I don't work with him. I don't work with him. And that they tell me now. They say they don't work with Samuel. Where be they finance? For let Samuel sign documents na draw. He go check you say, no, this paper complete, no, go couch down there, no, not to so this say, not to so international best practice, not to so this for do. He go begin. They say at the end of the day, pass the end up go state house. We then go
that
end
is,
up go state house.
That
now,
is a president for
state house. Samuel will get the call now, see, no, we'll sign that document today. They say the man so stubborn in the way that if you can go document Ibrahim, that man will begin to check the document, he will begin to estimate the money,
and
he will tell you, no, this money is too much, he will tell you, no, we're not go to procurement it. So these are the stubbornness when they talk with them.
Let me tell you,
if the man can be president, a day as minister is stubborn, so they say if he can be president, how them go eat?
Salon people don't better. Salon people don't better.
Some of the problems, Ibrahim.
Salon people don't better. People's Power and Cash Box. This is the same thing where they happen in Nigeria. This man really called Peter Obi, we are the favorite of the people of Nigeria right now. Now the same way they say stingy. He say me stingy. He say I agree. He said, but now big governor. When they tell me say for build mansion for the president, so they can for tap. He said the president are the president. He said, wait, can I get plane? Like I can't do what he do. He fly back, he go. He said if he wants to stay, may I remove out of me house, then he can stay there. And that's what you do, Obasanjo. Obasanjo can for Kawaka na Anambra State. That's what you do. He come on a house, he go rent hotel, he pay 100,000 naira for the 2 nights within a hotel. He move out of the house, he give Obasanjo in your house like they did. They say that's stingy. He said no, I save the people of Anambra State the pain. Increase the educational standard at the Anambra State from almost number where be they bring and come to almost number 1 inside Nigeria when it comes to education, because he invest the money within the thief, waiting for thief, and not greedy and thief. Then impeach him inside Nigeria twice. The people are not greedy. They stand up. They say this man already pull an eye. They couldn't follow impeachment. They pull up. They impeach him because the politician and gang up against him because they not allow them loophole day. Now the man that they want to be president of Nigeria. That is what we look for. Let God make Nigeria not miss the opportunity. And that is the same thing we see in Dr. Samuel Kamara. We don't talk with that man. We see the vision of that man. Dr. Samuel Kamara was big on grant. No, so cash box people's power will bring and come. Now he say, you know what, he don't change your mindset about grant. He believes say for go take loan. He get the project for make sure say connect the one road say alone with the road project. If we get road across that country, he don't talk them vision there. We water, we mineral resources. He get the vision. So this is the thing we make see.
Without like what you talk about loans. So you see, what you can disturb me now, we see like salon people and they talk about loans, say, oh, well, like look the debt where they left, but with Ibrahim, almost debt where salon get. It not reach $3 billion. It not reach $3 billion, Ibrahim. The America was successful, so Ibrahim, they have trillions of dollars
in debt. Absolutely.
In debt, Ibrahim.
Gashi.
But you know what? Waiting people in the field for realize that the fact that this money, like, then they sit down here, people go take microcredit, then they give them microcredit, they make money out of microcredit. Then they go talk, say, some people get this thing in money, then they take stolen money, but yet still they do not want to make it applicable when it comes to the economy. How can we be sitting by like we country, like the iron ore, like the fishery. We're supposed to make 5 billion every year from we water, but we don't get the boats them. When we protect fish, them.
Absolutely.
They say, well, let we wait for grant. Why we do that?
That is the problem. And people spoil cash box. This goes to
that's exactly what him that we been preach when he be in opposition.
Exactly.
You see the money no more alone we get home we water. You see that we don't do for solve all the problem at this country.
Well,
that's exactly cash box quiet with him
and now then it all. You see cash box when you talk about microfinance, that was my very first experience out of college, the first time. Cash box, they were through my pen. I believe certain tendency I empower if not over 5,000 to 6,000 women when I made a signed check for give them loan for microfinance in Sierra Leone. But of course we see how it impacts the lives and change the economy at that particular point in Sierra Leone before they left in 2007 Wakam. Because every household that was touched by the loan they will give, I'm talking about billions and billions of leons that passed through my hand to empower the woman. These are the things we don't talk about, right? No left hand, Kashi. But what you would say is, when you look at loan practicalize to me, a cash box. If we they all time a food stamp then they give you, then people already get food stamp in this country. You don't get one respect. Now by out waiting and get now they give you, waiting and one for give you. Leftovers, crumbs, you don't get respect. But when I walk into a bank, I tell the bank, say, hey, listen, I want to purchase this particular property. It's worth 600,000, 700,000, 500,000, 200,000, 50,000. I want them. The bank say, you sure? Okay, well, the bank say, now this I want from you. I want a pay stub. I want to see your credit history. How long you don't establish credit? How you pay your credit? You that's the way you get. That all the bank they look evaluate. Say, okay, this man is trustworthy. Cashbox will see. Don't know also. American Express they send credit card come. When other people they fit for apply for them, then they send a come to me. Again, American Express where people they want time so maintain then they wish then go and forget an American Express credit card. Then they send and come for me. And I mean they look back at decline. Say, okay, I don't want this one. I will take this one. This one.
You see, the thing where people don't get, you see, it is disturbing. Ibrahim, do you know Apple, the iPhone them where people they jump for? One of they're so cash rich, they're so get money in their balance sheet, Ibrahim. Let me tell you one thing. Say Apple, there was one time where Apple not be get debt. Do you know say shareholders they begin to sell the shareholding at Apple?
Absolutely.
Because we don't get debt.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah, absolutely.
You
see,
these are some of the things, Ibrahim. Let me tell you, Salon, the diamond, and this is the thing I don't say over the years. The diamond, the way we get, and the mineral resources, the way we get, not the way we go spend one diamond in every 2 years, we go sell on $7 million, then we can change Salon. No, it is not meant for that. Those resources are there as a collateral, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
In other words, guarantee. So we go take them. It take 10 years, Ibrahim.
Okay,
and forget about the resources. The resources now will take us like say, okay, just in case I default, then make nothing now because you know one surrender.
Absolutely.
Which you get to the one that you go take money to.
Absolutely.
You become more efficient.
Kashi.
Let's say make you become efficient, Ibrahim.
Exactly. Kashi, people of Salon and people who are already know this. The fact of the matter is, inside with tourism sector alone and with water sector, we create about 20 to 30,000 jobs immediately. Tourism and we water. We create 20 to 30,000 jobs immediately. Let Dr. Samura Kamara become president. The ideas are there, and we make sure say we implement those ideas. Those days of our people suffering, girl picking away in prostitution, so we put it in with tourism sector. Then they go dinner them hotels them. People they come every day, every year, around through the year. Because when we make that country, the Salon is so beautiful. To God and His day, people would come see that beautiful nation. We make sure say peace prevail, tranquility day, openness day. Look at what is happening across Rwanda and Ghana, that in tourism sector, that in the use effectively. So people they come for can see Ghana Cashbox don't set the mind say by 2025, therefore make at least $5 billion from tourism. That is their focus. That is the goal. So these are all the issues we make when we talk to Dr. Samura.
Do you know Idris Elba? Idris Elba was in Ghana like I think.
Then they are like a chief. Yeah, then they are like a chief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it don't open his studio na Tanzania.
Yep.
Why not Sierra Leone?
Yeah.
Usai kind of like originates from. Why not Sierra Leone? He went to Shabu Island, giving all this, gave us all this promises.
How you go can open a studio? How you go can open a studio?
I'll be back, okay?
Money, they begin to go. I ask people them. They see the cost mother be mama. How you go can open a studio? We wake up one morning, a madman.
1
You will see. Yeah. Inside.
people's power. I don't know if you. I don't know if we lost people's power.
Yeah.
Ibrahim
Yes, I don't count. So Cashbox, how Idris Elba who can bring an investment na a country who go wake up one morning, then can go bad loss in a parliament. How we go get an investor, Ibrahim, where we go wake up one morning, we see people and they want no more, we see them. Ibrahim, not confidence. The equity Cashbox can say, confidence. Confidence, liquidity cash box to say the investors them then get forget confidence in una way they want to invest to then get forget confidence, that stability, that peace and stability, that quietness na Ikotsky. What he make yesterday and Eskuma then be the cause am up and down. He no respond to nobody. We be there as president. Kutubu the talk yanda. Alpha side do the talk yanda. Keke Thomas and the right yanda. He no go. He no answer nobody. He focus. He concentrate for build the nation. It concentrates for put the country together.
Absolutely.
For ensure say Sierra Leone them they live the life where they supposed to live.
Oh yeah.
How you go can't get with all when they count Idris Elba na Yasu. Una ya the SBB problem. Where na Toma come and deceive una, na Toma come and lie pauna, na Toma come and provoke una. Say Idris Elba they can make board as another city.
You see,
now una get this for you.
Yeah. You see,
yes, go ahead.
No, we're not glad the fact that Idris Elba not can invest in Sierra Leone. But people like Idris Elba, like we Cashbox with the talk, they have a reputation to save. And then get people the way they do feasibility studies for them, for ensure say any society where they go invest, they're not going to want to let the press come after them because then they can damage their reputation for a long time. They say, hey, Idris Elba, he go to Salon, that country where the president make they execute and murder people the way protest.
Exactly.
Oh, see the interview on CNN with Becky. That's Idris Elba. Go there, go invest. That I can consider. We say democracy is not at play. So what he go do to Idris Elba? He go make it go lost partnership. Good people where they support him, where they sponsor him.
Yeah.
They all go come away from him. So those are the things which Salon people go for understand. We're not happy. We're glad he let Idris Elba come and can invest. But Idris Elba will not need them for come invest for we. We'll get a correct president. We put the policies them in place for ensure say okay in goal now for strengthening the terrorism sector. We build the tourism sector. We have professionals, Kashi, we don't talk to people when a tourism professional experts them that is part of the world. They're ready for go change that country and give you a brand new name. We Salon to get this day like how people they go for go Ghana, they want to go see Ghana. So we for make we African American brothers and sisters them. If you go to the state of Georgia, sat inside and they have most of them are Salon people them, but they how they go come Salon. We not create the environment there. So when Dr. Samora Kamara become a president, I think so for focus on that. Cashbox and People's Power, we're only 1 hour 21 minutes. But I just want to say one thing. People's Power, who's them Dr. Samora Kamara in they go doing declaration that today or tomorrow? I don't remember again.
I don't know. Did they say on Sunday or so?
Or Sunday? Okay. Because
I think I overheard somebody saying it's Sunday.
Okay. Because I think I say, for let it organize properly, then go for make sure say the one whole world, that thing they reverberate across the globe. People and for line up if we get for the return from McKinney the camp. People for line up the streets if we go to go to party office after we don't come on McKinney, we don't declare if not the next day safe. But if we organize it in a way.
We have to get this momentum going, and you see because let this the judiciary where we get do not have a place anymore, and when he can fix the situation because I can always say the dodgy thing within the tribe will do as long as this man don't get don't get in step inside it. Trust me, they cannot do anything. It will be too late.
Absolutely.
And Ibrahim, we have the other team. These institutions, the way we talk about, and the software where we talk about, so they like it today. It is go to the World Bank website, Ibrahim. They say 3 things them we make Salon the software they like it today. One, they say of course now the whole
fiscal space,
COVID and all that thing. The second thing, Ibrahim, you know what they say? Fragile institutions.
Absolutely.
Fragile institutions.
Right. And
then the third thing, they say like lack of fiscal discipline and all that thing.
Absolutely. And those are the components.
So all the thing Ibrahim.
Yeah.
It is so under our control. First of all, the one about Ukraine and Russia war, we could have taken advantage of it.
Absolutely. Cashbox.
We will not take advantage of it.
We'll not break that down.
Secondly,
We talk about
the institutions. Is it not under our control? For them, we make sure say the institutions they work the way they should.
Cashbox.
And the fiscal side of things.
Yeah.
Right.
We therefore do it now. You go bring
under our control.
Yeah, you go bring in the parliament, holding accountability hearings.
Exactly.
Them the world see that
Exactly.
they know say this country is serious. They're holding people accountable. Like what happened in Ghana, they fired the finance minister even though I resign. But they call for a resignation. Things like that they make people and get confidence. But I'll go back Cashbox to that first thing we talk about because all until we talk so Kashi, every day we don't talk. Everything we talk about is centered around Andy. But you look at what they say about Dr. Samara Kamara, like we come on McKinney, where they come back to Freetown, let her address the party office, let people line up the streets, the APC people line up the streets for welcome and back from McKinney along all the different constituency areas. Them, if APC for do that, it will be very powerful, But anyways, some people them Kashi people's power. Comrade say we get an appointment by the one another area again. He gets an appointment, but they listen to it, but he gets an appointment. It is some side when they go for participate, but they listen. We go come to one back again tomorrow by God in power for can continue this conversation. These conversations are deep. This is from the soul. These are the issues where they affect you, and these are the things where people care about, and the things that people want to talk about. And we know that, and we understand that. And we are like eagles, and we're gonna fly at that altitude. We're gonna fly very high and make sure say yes. We deliver for we people. Them. Marabio go. But not by talk, no, not by mouth, now actions as well. People have to, do things them and talk about those things before make Marabio go. Where the 257,000 people them, where the names they wouldn't delete, where the 18 years of age people and wait for vote when for register today. What about the numbers wouldn't decrease now? Freetown, Urban. These are the questions of Una for ask APC leaders them for say Una give answers. Waiting at the problem now so. How will leader go come up for go ECOWAS parliament dodge? Where they look for another day, don't take they don't come back. Nobody explain to me what happened. So these are all the issues, accountability. Very important in our society. We have to speak truth to power.
Well, if you talk that, then they say that Diana will defend for Ibrahim.
Actually, we go discuss that. Say from Tema, we don't talk about that lady. They say, well, see, the one thing to tell take a stance. I don't discuss it. She deserves, forget her running mate. But we'll not reach that side. It won't reach me.
And I don't kind of like one kind of.
But anyways, okay, everybody, we'll left for now. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, for me, I don't talk about like one specific person, but what I believe in, and what we don't.
All right, later, everybody. Bye, everybody. Cashbox to get some disturbances here now.